Morning and welcome to the special Monday morning edition of Random Thought with Maxine. Today is the 2nd of November. It's a new month, people. Are you feeling November already? I was discussing with Dominic that my slow. The way I'm tired today is I'm a Sabonivia and it's not easy. But here we are. It's a new month. God has given us the 11th month. And we have one more month to end the year. I don't know how the year. It's okay to say the year has, because the year is almost ended. I don't know how the 1st to the 11th month have treated you. I don't know. But do you mind taking an inventory? Minus coronavirus, pandemic, minus lockdown, minus all the things. Can we still look at those positive things that came up, the miracles that popped up, the successes that we're able to chalk, the peace of mind we have taken for granted, the little cash we get, and yes, we think, oh, it's not enough, I wish I had more. The life, and most importantly, the good health. So I was telling Dominic that, Charlie, I'm tired and all that, dragging myself literally today. And then I just remember that even in my tiredness, I am healthy. So guess what? 2 of my friends over the weekend just told me that they had tested positive for COVID. And they're in the house treating themselves. And I just remembered the other guy, always on the go, like always. You hardly see him online. But now that he's restricted and he's confined, I always will get the opportunity to talk to him once in a while and check up. And it still remains that coronavirus is still with us. Let's keep safe. Let's observe all the safety protocols. And then I'm sure we're good to go. Top of the morning to all my listeners. Thanks for connecting with us. We will do what we do best, is to give you the very best of my thoughts. This morning will be more interactive. Charlie, I have more questions than answers, and I really want us to do this together. So wherever you are, connect with us. You know how we do it. We are live on YouTube, we are live on radio, and just connect with us so that together we can do this. It's Random Thought with Maxine. I'll be right back. Okay, so Jasu, we won't waste time. We just set the ball rolling. A cake, whistle, let's go. So Dominic, as usual, will quiz. What are we talking about? And like, oh, Dominic, can we change? So I just said one thing, and I said, can we change it? He said, okay, I've not broadcasted it, so we can change it. So we changed it. So I was first saying like to leave or to stay. Yes, and then I just thought through, like, okay, can we do? Please don't go. And please don't go. Some years back was a song. Please don't go. Bang bang bang. Please, So it was a song like that. And I just thought that we should have a conversation around something that I think most often than not we do not pay attention to. So you know the bit about weddings. And the important part of weddings for me is the exchange of vows. You are listening right now and you agree or you disagree with me. But for me, I think it's the core of the whole celebration, the exchange of vows. That is what the marriage is dependent on. You know, it's just you telling your partner, and in the presence of God, that we are committing to each other. It's a covenant, and we are praying for more grace to hold on to the covenant, because this institution of marriage is a sacred one. Amen. It's a sacred one. So once you exchange the vows, you know that, Charlie, this is a vow to each other and to God in the presence of everybody who comes to witness. Okay. But you see, in recent times, there's been conversation around people are writing their own vows. Especially for us Catholics, there are people who have raised concerns like, can't we write our own vows? We do not like the words of the vows. for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, till death do us part. People have raised concerns regarding, okay, for better, for worse, what if he's beating me? What if he wants to kill me? Do I still stay in it? All this marital abuse and all these domestic violence issues are reasons why people think that we should kind of like modernize the whole vow. And so there are some churches that will allow that the couple write their own vows. I've watched movies that they write their own vows. I've also heard people write their own vows, and I think it's beautiful. People are of the opinion that it's more or less like a reflection of what they want to say, and it's not like somebody has already drafted and you are say after me. You know how it is, teacher say after me. They don't want that style. But whatever it is, it still goes a long way to let us know that the institution of marriage, like any other relationship, is a difficult one. It is. Are you married? No. Why are you saying it's difficult? From an observational point of view. So I have my parents married, and so you can tell you've lived with them, you've seen their challenges, the difficulties they were able to surmount, and at the end of the day, you can all testify. When you're a child, you don't really know what's really happening, but when you grow, you're able to tell that, okay, this is that and that is that, and so you can safely conclude that it's difficult. And guess what? People also tell us, our deal, especially when you are married, like, hey, you know, the two of you will get to know each other better. Dominic, our wedding.
It depends.
So Dominic is married for how many years?
3.
3 is a good number of years. He has experience. I hear 1 week experience is not easy, and I hear that the first year is really difficult. That's what a lot of people say. So Dominic says yes, and so like we have an experience. Nobody remembers the for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, till death do us part. And it's not just with couple, it's with even as human beings. Sometimes we expect people to think the way we think, act the way we act, talk the way we talk, reason the way we reason. But unfortunately, we do not get that. And so once somebody is different from us, once we expect them to behave in a certain fashion, once we expect them to talk our language, and they do not do that, and it comes with a lot of pressure, difficulties, challenges, we give up. We have all given up on people. He doesn't want to grow. He's still a kid. That's immature on his part. I don't deal with immature people. These are the comments that usually fly around. And I will say this and will say this constantly, that it is not for any reason that people come into our circle. And sometimes in our bid to get them better, we want them to be like us. And so we have wrongly judged people per our standards. Once you are meticulous and the person, you are time conscious and the person is not, you are running late, you leave them behind. You have spoken to them countless number of times about their lateness. You are still not making any effort. You think it's draining you. So guess what? You leave them behind. There's a song that is playing recently. My sister tells me that, my kid sister tells me that there's a line that she particularly likes. I feel stressing me, I'm jao. And you know when she said that, it was funny. But I thought through it. I'm like, okay, there's always an easy way out. There is always an easy way out. The line of the song says, I feel stressing me, I'm jao. And she says she likes the part because, you know, it's not pleasant knowing that you have. Okay, let me ask this question. Should you have the opportunity to take an effort that is difficult and easy, which one will you pick? Yeah. So there's always a conflict in our choices. So we would rather go with the easy type. We would rather go with those who are accommodating. We would rather pick those who are time conscious. We would rather give the effort that is effortful than do the ones that, it's always the ones that come with ease. So anything that comes with extra stress, not our portion. We can't key ourselves. Obi num edro emo yarefo. I have done my part. I have talked you into watching your lateness. You have not tried doing anything, and so end of story. Please, from January till now, do an inventory of your life. How many people have you honestly given up on? Please don't go. You have gone. You know that okokra, that you think through it and you think that they deserve another chance. Life is about choices, but sometimes the choices are meant to come with some uneasiness. It's not always easy, especially when it comes to relationships. Parents, daughter, children, son, whatever, uncle, cousins. I mean, we all have issues. We all have that family member who is draining. They're actually sucking our energies. It's a new month, and I'm asking the question, do you want to go back to that relationship that stressed you, but you know that you could have done a little more? Leaving does not solve the problem. Sometimes you said, oh, I'm not Jesus to solve every problem. Just like Jesus will say, he saw the multitude and he felt like they were just like sheep without a shepherd. We have a lot of friends, family members, working colleagues who are just like sheep without shepherds. And our mandate is to shepherd them. Our mandate is to feel the uneasiness, is to not enjoy the pleasantness of friendship, but the unpleasantness of what they bring to the table. Their attitude sucks. You have made effort. What bro? You know it. I feel stressing me, child. You have left. You know that you have practically left them. You don't even want to meddle in their matter again. Can you make another choice, which is not going to be easy, is to visit that person again? So we talk a lot with a lot of young people, and for me, I sit here and I say it's draining, especially when the person has an addiction problem. There are times they are just smoking. They call you, they are better. The next time you see them, they've gone back to the old habit again. And it's devastating. What prayers haven't we said? What long talks haven't we had? What experiences haven't we shared? Is it like talking to a young person and telling them the dangers of teenage pregnancy and giving yourself as example, and then you just realize that they call you one time and they are pregnant, and you are thinking that so all the effort went down the drain? My wasting my time, effort, because it was unpleasant for you, but you still sacrificed anyway, and guess what? It didn't yield results. Given an opportunity to choose things that are pleasant and things that are unpleasant, fundamentally we all will choose pleasant things. It gives us comfort. It doesn't push us to the wall. There are friends who are pushing us to the wall. Family members, husbands, wives, children, nephews, cousins, whatever it is. But there is somebody in that family tree who is pushing you. And you know, when you meet as family member, oh, that boy, he's beyond redemption and has become a topic. Everybody thinks he's beyond help. There is nothing we can do to help. What haven't you done? Taking him to a rehab, taking him to a sorry fee. Pastors have spoken. People have stood in the gap just to pray for that person, and this is not getting better. See, our problem is compounded when we easily label people. Oh, this one, he's beyond redemption. Labeled. End of matter. We can't do anything about their situation. Oh, this person, oh, he's unworthy of our help. Labeled. Unworthy. This person, oh, he's not smart enough, so even when we teach him everything, he won't even get it. Labeled. Not smart enough, so there's no help that can be offered. And that is the root cause of the reason why we do not even want to stick a little bit, is the labeling. We have all labeled people at a point. Some have labeled bosses as being very difficult. Some have labeled wives as being unreasonable. Some have labeled husbands of not being understanding. Once you put that label on the person, you fail to see their other parts. Oh, where they are craboni. We are sharing wajinsem. That's a label. And the label is the padlock that locks you, the person who wants to extend the help. You know that relationship, you have done so many labelings of your significant other. Oh, he's not understanding. So when he's even trying to be understanding, you don't get it. You don't see it. He's stingy. So when he's trying to open his fist a little bit, you still think this is a stingy man. You don't care. So once he's even making efforts to put in a little bit of TLC, you still see that person who does not care. Labeling. Can we stop labeling people? I am the first biggest culprit. You are difficult. You are too difficult. And we can't get people to be like us. Unfortunately, we are using our standards as the yardstick. So once the person is not understanding like Maxine, they are difficult. Not considering how they grew up. Not considering what they have been through. Hey, a lot of people have gone through experiences that has shaped them, negatively or positively. And you don't know even a tip of the story, and you will conclude and sit and judge and say that, oh, we can't help them. But should you give them opportunity to open up a little bit? The person has an addiction problem. Let's use example, drugs. Should the person open up what they have done individually on themselves to even stop this addiction? You'll be shocked. Should the person outline, oh, when I had an addiction problem myself, I decided to stay off social media. I went to stay in the village. I went to a rehab. I stayed off some friends, but still I come back to the old track. You are not privy to what they have done even privately. The person that you are saying is difficult. Should the person open up a bit as to how they grew up? You would even appreciate their current level of difficulty or difficultness, if there's a word like that. People are a total package of their experiences, and we cannot have a full understanding of what people have gone through, but we can choose to stay a little more. Please don't go. There's somebody who is silently giving you that phrase. They wish you could stay more. They wish you will not give up on them. They wish you can still yell at them and say, I'm not happy with this path you have chosen, but guess what? I want to stick a little more. That's the assurance. It's a new month. It's a new month. I don't know what your relationship with others have been in the past. You are listening right now and you honestly think you left too early. Or you are thinking and think you have overstayed. My baby, you are listening and you're like, you don't know what I have gone through just to help this guy. It is not about changing people. It is about knowing that this is who they are this is what they are struggling with, and you can do the little you can do. It's about the little you can do. Who have you given up on? Mother, father, children, nieces and nephews, cousins, colleagues, girlfriends, boyfriends? Do you want to go back to that relationship again? Should you be a little bit patient with yourself and with them? I think the dynamics of the game will change. A little bit of patience, and that's what we don't have. Patience. Abotre. Once it's draining you, once it's not pleasant, once the effort is not yielding the results, we give up. And when we sing that song in church, somebody will say, I'm not Jesus Christ. I know. Now that song is like, we sing it and we like it, but you know, he left the 99. Somebody said, oh, buy us on a 99 here I am day. We have not left 99. We are just supposed to look for one, because he knows that we can't take care of 99. We cannot, but he knows that we can take care of one another, each other. We can extend a little bit of time, and he gives us what we need to survive. Patience. Is it a gift or a fruit? It's a fruit, and we are supposed to be bearing that, but unfortunately we are not. I have failed. There are people I have to call right now and tell them that I should have waited a bit. I should have been patient with you. And it's just like the last topic we discussed. Sometimes the reasons are satisfying for us because it is what comes with ease. It is what is pleasant. It is what is good for us. It's good for your mental health. You don't need stress. Hey, am I the one to take paracetamol for your headache? Am I the one to take paracetamol for your headache? If you say you don't want to change, should I be the one who will constantly be calling you and be saying that change? And this is what we say to ourselves, just to defeat the part that we can't kill ourselves. Unfortunately, I'm going to burst your bubbles this morning. There are times we have to kill ourselves, and that's love. We have to kill ourselves a little more. The good news is that we know it when we are tired, but the bad news is that sometimes we get tired too early. What happens to long suffering? What happened to patience? And there's one thing I want to say. Must we win the battle? If we really want to win the battle of sticking around a bit, there's one tool we need, and that's tolerance. We have to cultivate the habit of tolerating people on a daily basis. It's not like on a monthly basis, because guess what? There are people who would frustrate you. There are people who throw things at you. What is your tolerance level? If you are able to measure your tolerance level, you will know that you can stick a little more. You will not go as the least frustration. You will not go at the least provocation, because you have cultivated what it means to tolerate. We'll be right back. are back, and I'm asking yourself and myself this question: that do you know whether you are tolerant or not? Hey, me there, in the same way, to me, if I'm in I will give you my peace of mind. End of story. But you see, tolerance is one of the biggest tools we need on a daily basis to even deal with people. Okay? Because sometimes we look at other people and we wish that we had a little bit of their tolerance. Like you can do them anything. You just trample. You know that this guy is taking more than you cannot take this thing that this guy is taking. And sometimes I ask myself, how do you do this? How are you able to take in all this nonsense? How are you able to take in all this uneasiness? And somebody will say, because without patience and without tolerance, you will go. The person will be pleading and saying, please don't go, but you will still would go. We all have the tendency to leave at every point in time. I worked with a law firm for some time, and there's one thing I do that I honestly think that I said, okay, what if they had waited a bit? It's divorce. People come and we draft witness statements, and in the heat of the moment they just want to leave. But when we start the process, there's a part of them that becomes sober, and they are talking through the matters and they are realizing that we should have waited a bit. I am not going to subscribe to people who physically abuse their wives and husbands. I don't. There are times that I'll say that if it's abuse and if it's divorce and if it's whatever it is, abuse, whatever, I don't condone abuse. I mean, how can you be sitting and beating somebody? I don't get that thing. But if it's matters that is not anything that is physically, what's the word? Don't me give me English. You will know that, Charlie, there are times that it was even a rash decision. Can you just hang on? If you had hanged on a bit, sometimes they say, my sister, you don't know what I am going through. It's not easy. The man is not rational. The woman is insensitive. That she's selfish. This is not the woman I married. I mean, she has changed and all that. But sometimes we are honestly measuring our standard against theirs. Okay? And because we are doing that, the standards for us or the stakes for us are high. And for them, it's supposed to be low. They don't even see anything wrong with their stakes. So the more you keep hammering on the same issue, the more offensive it gets, the more they think they are not worth your laugh, the more they think you are demeaning them, and the more they want to run away. We have judged people wrongly. We have not exhibited some level of patience and tolerance. Some of us, tolerance is not in our dictionary. Not at all. It won't appear now. It has not appeared in the past, and we are not even considering tolerance to appear in the future. It is okay for us to say that I cannot tolerate certain things. Yes, we all have the level of things we cannot tolerate. What nonsense. Somebody is doing something and you're just looking at them and you think you can't say what. But there are times that my mother will say, Ubu eniguso. You keep a blind eye. You pretend you don't see what's happening, and that's wisdom. We need wisdom to even guide us in how we deal with the other people that we have let gone off the past. Now I can understand. Sometimes it's frustrating. We'll turn the tables. It's draining. I understand. that you are making effort to see somebody better and they cannot help themselves. Sometimes you want to salvage the situation. You want to get them on the path of righteousness and they will not help themselves. What nonsense. You won't help yourself. Somebody is helping you too. No way. And that is where my friend's favorite quote will come in. You cannot take paracetamol for somebody's headache. There are people that we are taking paracetamol for. It is their own medicine. Oh. They are those with a headache, so and they will not take their own paracetamol. And you are not sick. You are not the one with the problem. You are not the one complaining of headache. And you say, let me take the medicine for you because it will boost your immune system so that you become better. When you realize that those people are not helpful, they are not even helping themselves. They don't even acknowledge that they have a problem. They are not even making effort, especially when you are privy to their whole experiences. Please, chalk it. Chalk it for yourself. Because guess what? There are times that we go the extra length for people. We sacrifice. We kill ourselves, literally, for them. And they are not willing. You are paying that school fees for that boy. You are investing in that work. The person says he wants to learn a trade. You have bought machine. You have got container. You have got all the things the person needs to start the business. You pass by the shop 1, 2, they've not opened. You ask them, when I open, nobody comes. Please, you are not taking paracetamol for that headache. Because ordinarily you have done the needful. And the person comes to you in an abusive relationship. You have offered the help, asked counselors to talk, gotten the person's psychologist to talk to the person. Now the person still goes back to that guy who is beating him or her, and you want to stay and still be giving advice. Hey, madam, look sharp. Oh, I am the one who says that we leave too early, but as I'm leaving, somebody will say you have to leave with alacrity. And change will cry because you know that is when you have sat down to weigh the options. Sit down and do a critical study of that person. Talk to them if you can. Feed on their mind. Let them open up. Sometimes it is the opening up that you know that these people, they don't need help. They don't need help. There are people who look like they need help. But should you offer the help? Should you understand them? Should you not label them? Should you not judge them? Should you exercise maximum tolerance and patience? They will still go to the path that is not good for them. Please don't take Panadol for such headaches. All you can do is to pray for them. You pray for them, hoping that they will get to a point where they realize that they are treading on a dangerous ground and that they will have to retake their steps and come back to the path that is right. There are times people need to be left alone. That's the truth. Especially when you have done the needful. When you have stopped labeling them, you have understood that they cannot be like you. You have taken your time to understand what their past experiences are. You have exercised the maximum constraint, restraint, tolerance, patience you need. You have given them chances upon chances upon chances, and they are still at stage 1. You leave them alone and you pray for them. Because guess what? The uneasiness of all the things you have invested would rather translate into more uneasiness, and you will die and they will be alive, still wallowing in their foolishness. Parents have given up on children, not because they are bad parents. Sometimes you don't even know the full story. When that mother opens up about what they have done, the sacrifices, the pastors they have met, those who have chopped their money, and you are sitting somewhere, you think, oh, that woman is not only abadaye. That woman has not showed motherly consent. You have no idea. There are times they just leave them. Your son has resorted to drinking. What haven't you done? you have been going to curse that woman who sells the drinks. When he comes, don't sell drinks for him. Oh. You have insulted all the friends who he drinks with. You have gone to the house to give warnings. You have taken that son to prayer camp. You have done what you are supposed to do. Now you are tired. When you are passing and you see your son sleeping in that gutter, and you decide, I'm saying gutter like a typical Newtown girl, gutter, and you leave that person, and somebody thinks that, oh, this is a woman who is heartless. Do you know what the person has invested? You don't know the tears of a mother. You have no idea. And so for those of us who sit back and judge, those of us who sit, oh, woman, yeah, dear man, ebanu. Oh, anyway, no, you don't have an idea. You are not privy. People have gone certain lengths they can't share with you. People have gone for pastors to bath them just for the sake of their children. People have done sacrifices. They have gone to shrines to do sacrifice just for their children to be better. And now the effect on their lives is devastating. And you think they have not done what? Just leave such people. It's okay to put yourself in people's shoes. That's one thing that every human being must do. Put yourself in people's shoes. But there are some shoes, when you put yourself in, you know that these shoes is size boom. It is not a size that is good for you. And you know how it feels it. Sometimes they say who wears it knows it, or he who I think that's it. So when you wear the shoes for a while and you realize that no, these shoes are too tight, you appreciate the work that has gone into it. This morning we are talking our tendencies and our decisions to leave some people alone, because we have labeled them as difficult. They are beyond redemption. We can't salvage the situation. And sometimes I honestly think we have left too early, because I'm speaking right now and you know the names that are popping up in your head, the people who are no longer alive. And sometimes you think just a little bit of patience would have saved that girl. Just a bit of patience would have saved that guy. Just a little bit of sticking around. So there was this time, there's a guy who died recently. I hear he's an artist, he got sick and all that. My sister was telling me that her girlfriend stood by him. It's not the wife, oh. The girlfriend stood by the guy till he died. There are videos of the girl when he goes to visit at the hospital and all that. And I don't know what kind of heart that person had. You know, I was very quick to say not the wife, the girlfriend. And sometimes we look at certain things and certain scenarios and we think, what kind of heart do these people have? It's because they understand the people they are dealing with. If you understand somebody from a very personal level, when they are doing things you can understand, and you cut them some slack. It's random thought with Maxine. This morning, you know how we do it on Mondays? We take it slow and easy, something to reflect on, something that will serve you or set you thinking. And that's what we are doing. I'm asking the questions. How many people have we given up on just because it was an easy way out? We all would want to choose the easy way out. Ease is something we like. Uneasiness, nahi. But in all situations, we are presented with whether to stick or not to stick around, whether to go or not to go. And sometimes we leave too early. We don't stick around a little while because we can't take the fire that's in the kitchen. We can't take the stress. We can't key ourselves. But should we invest a little time to know people on a very personal level? Should we not judge? Should we hear their experiences and what they went through? I honestly think we'll stick a little more. It's Random Thought with Maxine. We'll be right back. Okay, we'll take
Yeah,
comments.
this person is saying, this I'm reading this from WhatsApp.
Okay.
This person is saying that some people you truly love and don't want to they are annoying in all other areas of their life.
Eesh. This is a masterpiece of annoyance. Shalini Panwajiku PhD. I can honestly understand. But you see, the uneasiness is in the annoyance. The person will not stop being annoying so that you would always have a comfortable time around them. Yeah. And so the thing that pushes you off, that triggers that thing that will make you want to leave, probably are the things that should make you stay. You know it. Sometimes they don't even know they are that annoying. They cannot even understand their level of annoyance. They cannot. They are unconsciously annoying. You tell them you are annoying and they don't even see anything wrong with it. There are people who are unnecessarily difficult, or and they don't even see that they are unnecessarily difficult. Sometimes small matter, they are dragging it. They want to take it to a political something. They want to take it to intellectual something. You're like, Massa, you're just talking small talk. Well, relax, chillax, and let's go. And so I can understand. But you see, because we are not annoying, we don't expect people to be annoying.
Yeah.
I am not annoying. I don't piss you off. I don't do things that will peeve you. But what you do to me in return? But between choosing to leave, which is always easy, and choosing to stay, is qualities that we have failed to see. That person may be annoying, but they are the most reliable person you can ever meet. And so, instead of dwelling on the annoyance, which is very overt, which is open, which is not something they can hide, can we also dwell on the positives so that it neutralizes the annoyance?
Yeah.
I hope we've done a good job with that. And it's on a daily basis. Patience and tolerance is like you have gone to the hospital and they say 2 doses daily, morning, afternoon. So you need patience in the morning, you need tolerance in the morning, you take tolerance tablet in the afternoon, in between meals you have to take it, sleep time you have to take tolerance pills, and patience, and will get you the results. Later on, when you take all those pills, you guess what, it will boost your immune system. And that's it. Patience and tolerance will boost your immune system. As the nipani are there cry, the antibodies are fighting it. They're like, how did you get there? And it's because you took time to take your capsules on a daily basis. And that's the help of the Holy Spirit. Say, Holy Spirit, give me a dose of patience. Give me a dose of tolerance. This is somebody that I really like. And I like the honesty about that message. You like them. You don't want to let go. You see that there are signs that should let you go. Not abusive signs, but there are some this little foxes that spoils the vineyard. But you will look at what is deposited in you. That's the spirit of tolerance, patience. And then you think that, okay, the more I take in these pills, the more I boost my immune system. This morning, boost your immune system. It's time to toughen your system up with a dose of patience, with a dose of tolerance, with a dose of not always taking the easy side, but taking the part that's uneasy. Because tolerance, patience will help you handle whatever it is. How tolerant are you? How patient are you? We'll be right back. Oh no, there's a comment.
Yeah, there is. This one is saying, because we always want to stay in our comfort zone,
Yeah.
we lose so many valuable things. patience is key.
Yeah. Comfort zone, you don't worry me. I mean, this person, when you call them, they are going to, the first few minutes, they are going to fight with you.
Yeah.
Should you decide not to call them again, you are not going to get first 5 minutes of fights.
Yeah.
And that's ends the subject. Nobody is calling to, why didn't you call? I don't know. But you see, even in their calling you to give you 5 minutes of fight, you would acknowledge that the conversation gets better. There's something that they will say to brighten your morning. And that's it. Easy come, easy go.
Yeah.
But when we stick to the plans of knowing that we all are not the same, we cannot use our standards to measure other people. Can we just understand people? And understanding too is something we need. Understanding, we say no yena die. Maka unyai. Mefanesa. Than rather wanting to change them. Then that's where the conflict arises. This is how the person sees nothing wrong with not wearing a nose mask, even though there's coronavirus.
Yeah.
You see absolutely something wrong with not wearing. You are thinking, why can't you think numbers are increasing?
Yeah.
But the person, maybe a bit of patience. Can you please wear your nose mask? Than going like, hey, you don't wear your nose mask. What kind of person are you? You don't know that COVID is real. And that is it. Is your patience and your tolerance that will translate into the style that you have to approach dealing with the person with. When you are not patient, you just be frustrated and just speak your mind that you are not sensitive, or you are not, I mean, why can't you use your mind? But when you are patient and tolerant, you know that this situation demands a style that is not gay. It's a style that has to be soft. Discern, be guided, respect people for who they are. And that's one thing we forget. We have failed to respect people. We are imposing our standards on people. Once they are not talking the way we are talking, once we are not acting the way we are, I mean, the person is late and all that, you won't be late. Hallelujah. I'm not sitting here to say that lateness I condone. No. But sometimes, you know, it's draining. When we in them, the person is playing the late artist.
Yeah.
It would obviously rub on you.
Yeah.
You might be late and not even catch that bus. You might be late and the program will, but next time there's a way around it. You know, sometimes when you are late together and you go nipan anywho, there are times that they are not even remorseful anyway. They will say, hey, buy in democracy water, because in their mind they are programmed. They see nothing wrong with lateness. Maybe consciously, patiently, and tolerating them over a period will give them the signal they need. Sometimes it's not in the talk, it's in the tolerance. And I can't tolerate lateness. Sometimes your answer is in the tolerance. You are done and you are waiting patiently, and the person is, you are not saying anything, and the person just looks at you. The reasonability in them will arise, and they will know that, Charlie, I've not treated this person. This person woke up early, had to put things together, waited for me, and see, I am late, and it has affected them. Sometimes it's the actions, not the words.
Sure.
Dominic, do we have anything else?
Yeah, I think there's this one. Where is it? All right, so this person said, sometimes we make the people feel guilty the wrong way, and that stops them even from changing. So if you want to correct someone, do it the right way, the same way you want them to correct you if you go wrong.
Okay, so it's the mode of correcting.
Yeah.
Okay, I honestly do not like it. I'll share this with you. When you talk to me with a harsh tone, I don't like it. Oh yeah, I don't like it. Or like nose marks, I don't like that saying.
Yeah.
But if you tell, oh, I'm sorry if you nose marks, no, that's more like it. It will get me.
Yeah.
But oh, I'm sorry if you nose marks, no, wait me ashana. But the person will make you feel. And this issue I have with my sister, she's like, it's all professorial. There's a part of you that would want to rebel.
Yeah.
Because in your mind you are not programmed to take such instructions like that.
Sure.
So when the feedback is coming and it's a feedback that you are not used to, there's a part of you that ordinarily wants to rebel. And I can understand that when people say things like that, women who do not want to submit and I hear the thing and like, husband, love your wives.
Sure.
The love is how you say the thing. You know how you correct it.
Exactly.
Madam. And then you I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
You have sent a signal. I mean, that is why the woman will even play the later. You don't know as women, because they can't just understand you didn't talk to them in love.
Yeah.
Correct in love. Yeah. There's no reason why you would want to correct and not correct well, because then that will not be correction.
Yeah.
The reason for correcting the person will not be achieved, or the purpose for which you want to correct will not be achieved. Yeah. So in a bid to correct, ask the Holy Spirit, teach me how to correct in love. Because sometimes you think that, oh, you are correcting, and sometimes it's not even timely.
Yeah.
It's not timely. Time now, the person does not need that correction at that time.
Exactly.
You don't need to correct when the person is angry or the person is not in the right frame of mind. So ask for wisdom to guide you even in your correction. Sometimes people correct even amongst peers. In ferry, then they just correct you like that. They will just throw one loose comment like that. And the person would even feel more offended when you think you are correcting. So I'll share this experience with you. I am in the habit, it's not a good one, of not returning calls. I don't know why. Everybody tells me that when I get a boy, it won't be jamming. Because people are, I don't know, Dominic, are you like that? Do you return calls?
Yeah, I do.
I don't. I'm not. It's not like I'm happy about this. But I'm not.
Sometimes it's not like you don't even really want to return. Maybe you want let me return this in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Let me do this in 5 minutes, and by the time you forget.
That is it. But me, dear, I think everybody who knows me know that
you don't
return calls. And they have said it over and over again, and the comments sometimes is not too good. But it's not like mekumadrin, and I don't want to be a better version of returning calls and all that. So sometimes when I pick like, hey, and then they offer a call, and they give me such feedbacks and all that. But my friends or those who are really close to me are not happy when I do not return calls. So we went for a funeral. One friend called the other time. I've not returned it, and I know her. You know those people, when they call, they'll talk plenty.
Yeah.
So there are times I'm not really in the mood, and I don't. I mean, that's not a good reason. But there are times I also honestly also do not want to talk.
Yeah.
And so they say just send a text and say you are busy, and you call back, and I feel it's a lie. I'm not busy. I don't want to talk, but I can't be blunt about it. So I'll not rather pick it, but it's also not good. So we met at a funeral, just in the midst of people. She just scolded me, and there was somebody I didn't know in the group, a neutral somebody. And then I was just quiet and said, oh, so yeah. The person went on and on and on. I'm like, no, you don't do this. Because guess what? The person who I didn't know also came with advice. You know that saying, Madam, she's saying that you don't pick her calls. The best she can do is to send a text message. And I was beginning to get angry. Because you are my friend.
Yeah.
You know me.
Yeah.
It's something we are working around. If it's not good, you don't see me in public and saying. And the part that even hurts is that Maxima also added her voice. I'm saying this, if she's listening, she's my sister. And sometimes you expect that the people who are close to you should protect you.
Yeah.
They don't. So she said it and said, oh, that is how she is. Sometimes when people want to even get through to me, they get through to her before they get to you. So she has compounded the problem. But there was something that somebody did, and I want to share this with you. The person said, did she return the call afterwards, 2 or 3 days? But say, she returned it, and that's enough. So when the person left, then the person just drew closer and said, try as much as possible to return the call, send the text. But in front of the person who was angry, she was just like brushing the person off that, at least she returned it after some days.
Exactly.
And she did that nice damage control for me.
Exactly.
And I picked my lessons. There are times you are supposed to do damage control for people.
Yeah.
In a nice way. So that maybe they be already late. Sometimes we think we are just being blunt about it. Maybe the mommy late.
Yeah.
It's my sister. It's my child.
Yeah.
But there are times the correction has to be done privately. Maybe you are tired of doing that. We have done it privately, so you think when you do it publicly, she'll get the message.
Yeah.
Timeliness and be guided. It's random thought with Maxine. Who have you given up on from January till now? Do you think you gave up too early? Or you think that you are taking paracetamol for some headaches that you are not supposed to, because the people are also not making effort to see themselves better? Patience, tolerance is the medicine for knowing that it's always easy to step back than to deal with situations that are draining. But just like the shepherd will look for that one sheep and leave the 99, there are one sheep we have left. We have not made a little effort. Sometimes the effort is just little and we give up on wanting to be more reliable. Thank you so much for your time. We'll be right back. Okay, so we are closing, and this morning we are talking. Please don't go. So all those who have left people for some reasons that you think through it, you know that is petty. You should have just taken your time a little bit. You know what it is. Understand people's story. Sometimes we are not privy to the details of people's past experiences, so we are quick to label. Can we just stop labeling? Can we just ask for a daily dose of patience, tolerance, and respect for people? Can we correct in love? Can we know that there are people who are also making efforts on their own to be better versions of themselves? But just actually, and those who are not willing, you know that all the signs are glaring, and they want to take paracetamol, but they want you to take their paracetamol for their own headache. Please do not take paracetamol for anybody's headache if they are not willing to take their own paracetamol. So if the person is not willing to work on themselves, you have gone the length and breadth, you have taken the difficult part, yet it's not yielding results. Please pray for them and ask God to work on them, so that you too will be in the shadow and be appearing small when you are needed. But know who you should stick with. Know who is worth saving. Know who is worth looking for. Look for that one person who is missing. Call that person again. Check this contact list. And that friend that you fell off from, just amend your ways and just understand. Give the person an opportunity to speak. Get to know the details of the story proper, and begin a new relationship again. It's a new month. Don't let anything stress you. Enjoy the little things that comes your way. The blessings are in the little things, so make good use of the moment. Okay, take life a day at a time. Slowly we'll get there. Thank you so much for your time. Make a date with me on Wednesday. It's always a pleasure connecting with you. It has been Random Thought with Maxine. I've been here with Dominic, and it's a bye for now. Top of the morning, and Charlie, do your best. Why? We're out of here. Bye.